Thank you so much for joining us for Encouragement Stories. Encouragement Stories is a video series that is a companion to my book, Treasures of Encouragement, Women Helping Women. And my guest today is Susan Hunt. Susan is a beloved speaker and prolific writer, well known for her books, especially Spiritual Mothering and True Womanhood. And my question for Susan today, I know, is going to be such an encouragement for so many. So Susan, thank you for being here. And my question for you today is, how did the Lord comfort you as your beloved husband, Gene, was dying, and then in the days and months afterward?
Sharon, it really started about a year before Gene went to heaven, when you and I were talking about God's remarkable promise in Psalm 92 that the righteous will flourish. They will still bear fruit in old age. As I studied Psalm 92, it began to shape my prayers, especially the first 4 verses. Verse 1 says, "It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night." I began praying that God would give me a grateful heart, that I'd be more aware of his goodness to me, that I would remember his steadfast love and faithfulness. And then verse 4 says, "For you, O Lord, have made me glad by your work. At the works of your hands, I sing for joy." So I began to pray that he would make me glad. I love the way Psalm 21 amplifies on this. You make him glad with the joy of your presence. And then Gene became sick and he was hospitalized. And the things that I had been praying for almost a year became my reality. I was not surprised that I experienced peace. I had experienced God's peace in hard times, but the gratitude and joy that we experienced just shocked me. Joy is not the absence of pain and suffering. It's the presence of Christ with us in our pain and suffering. Through all of that, I thought he would get better, but then he began to decline quickly, and the doctors told us there was nothing else that they could do. And at that moment, I just panicked. And in my panic, my thoughts went crazy, and I thought, if I can hold on to him tight enough, he will not leave me. And at that moment, though, the Holy Spirit brought to my mind John 17:24. Of course, John 17 is Jesus' high priestly prayer for us, where he prays that the Father will keep us, sanctify us, and unify us. And I had prayed those petitions for decades, but it was verse 24 that I honestly had not thought that much about before. But that's what came to my mind, where Jesus said, "Father, I desire that those you have given me may be with me where I am to see my glory." So even as Jesus prays that the Father will keep and sanctify and unify us while we're in the world, the momentum of the prayer, his great longing, and actually I think maybe the ultimate petition is, I want them to be with me where I am and to see my glory. Jesus came to be with us so that we can go to be with him. And he wanted Gene to be with him. And so did I. How could I want anything else? And then all of the gratitude and the joy and the peace that we had experienced just rushed back into my soul, and it has not left me. I grieve, but not as those without hope and not as those without joy. I can't explain it. I can't even describe this joy. It's certainly not something I can produce in myself. It's his gift. It's his grace. It's his encouragement and comfort to us through his word.
Susan, thank you so much. You have packed so much into these few minutes. And Susan mentioned the book that we were writing together. It's called Aging with Grace, Flourishing in an Anti-Aging Culture. And Susan unpacks this even more in our book. And you can go to agingwithgrace.online to learn more about that book. Again, thank you so much, Susan, for being our guest today. I'm Sharon Betters. You can learn more about Treasures of Encouragement by going to treasuresoфencouragement.org. I hope you'll join us for our next video of Encouragement Stories.